Good afternoon, ladies, and thank you for joining us in Far Above Rubies today. Please forgive me, I look like I'm coming in from the North Pole here, but we got to our little studio to have church, and the heater wasn't on, and it's 50-something degrees inside, so I'm keeping moving and staying warm. Today's story from the life of Jesus that we are diving into today is that of blind Bartimaeus. And some of you know this story, some of you may not be familiar with the story. The basics are that Jesus is teaching, he's walking with a crowd that's following him, and there's a blind man that's been blind for quite a long time named Bartimaeus, and he is sitting by the wayside and hears word that Jesus, the Nazarene, the scripture says, has come, and he is passing by. And for whatever reason, Bartimaeus knows who this Jesus is. He knows who he is. I'll say that again. He knows who Jesus is. And he realizes, this is my chance. This is my opportunity. And so he doesn't care what others think. This is not a day and age in which those with a disability were looked kindly and compassionately upon. This was a day and age in which those with a disability were a burden to society. And he sat by the same area and begged for alms as his only means to survive. So people weren't saying, hey, there's my friend Bartimaeus. Yeah, he's okay. No, they were literally telling him to quiet down when he started saying, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. The original text says, deal kindly with me. And people begin to hush him. People begin to say, you're being a nuisance. Do you notice this trend through the last several stories that we've talked about where people are trying to get to Jesus or trying to get the attention of Jesus, and those around, they don't understand the desperation. They don't understand the need and how great it is, and so they discount the person trying to get to Jesus, and they say, hush now, it can't be that bad. But when desperation is in our hearts to get to Jesus, when desperation is in our hearts to get to the feet of the Master, nothing will stop us. Not public opinion, not any disability that we may have, not any flaws or imperfections that we may possess. Nothing will stop us from getting to Jesus when it's important, when we feel desperate, when we know that only God can touch our situation. So the scripture says that when they began to hush him down, when they began to say, hush now, Bartimaeus, don't bother Jesus. Your situation is not so big, you need to bother Jesus about it. You just sit there in your little situation and eventually it'll work itself out. Eventually you'll be fine. Eventually you'll get through it. You'll get over it. There's no need to bring this to the feet of Jesus. Well, Bartimaeus, he could have said, okay, you know what? I've been blind for a long time and I can be blind for a while further, and yeah, you're right, I'll get over it, I'll be okay, I'll make it through, the Lord will provide that which I need, I don't need to see again, I could just stay blind a while longer. But that's not what he did. Blind Bartimaeus, the scripture says, the original text says that he began to abundantly cry out, all the more abundantly cry out to Jesus. And he said, Jesus, son of David, deal kindly with me. I need you. I need you, Jesus. He didn't stop when things got negative. He didn't stop when things looked like Jesus wasn't going to come his way. He got louder. He got more vehement in getting to the Lord. He knew he didn't want Jesus to pass him by. And so he cried out more abundantly. When Jesus heard him, he says, tell him to come unto me. And so those same people who were being negative now go, oh, okay, well, it's okay with Jesus. So they go and get him and they bring him. And whenever they say, stand and rise and come with us to Jesus, you know what he does? He takes off his garment, his outer garment, his cloak. And for me, what this means is he's getting ready for a new life. He's getting ready to shed the old life. He takes off this cloak that he's been sitting by the wayside begging for alms in. He sheds the old man and he gets up and he's ready to go for Jesus, and he leaves that old life behind in faith because he knows he's getting ready to have a miracle performed in his life. My friend, whatever you find yourself in the middle of right now, if you're having family problems, if you're having financial problems, if you're dealing with health issues, if you're dealing with sin issues and you need to turn your life around, or if you've left Jesus altogether and you need to make your way back to him, don't let anything stop you from getting to the feet of Jesus. Don't let anything stop you from getting the attention of our Master, of our Creator. Cry out all the more abundantly, the more negative that your circumstance get, the more negative and naysayers that become around you. Cry out more abundantly. Get to Jesus. Get to his feet. Don't let your old life weigh you down. Shed your old life. Get ready for your miracle. Prepare your heart for your miracle because it's on the way. Go read Mark chapter 10, verses 46 through 52, I think it is, to find this passage. Read this story. Please go read the passage. I'm asking you. It's beautiful. Jesus heals this man. He makes him whole and sends him on his way because he cried out. He was passionate. He needed Jesus, and nothing was going to stop him from getting to the Lord. I love you all. If no one's told you lately, you are loved. You are cherished. You have value. You have worth, my friend, and that worth is far above rubies. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless you.